Hello and welcome back to another Football Commentaries live stream. We are here at St Mary's for the Premier League fixture between Southampton and Spurs. The Saints come into this game off the back of a fantastic away fixture where they won against European chasing West Ham, where they were able to net 3 times in the game to secure a 3-2 victory. For Spurs and new manager Antonio Conte, despite a slight inconvenience with a delay with a COVID hit in the camp, his side is taking very well to his style of football, as in his first 6 Premier League games as Spurs manager, they are yet to lose. With this being the 200th fixture in the history between Southampton and Spurs, Southampton could get their 65th win in the fixture, whereas Tottenham are aiming for their 86th, and that would mean 25 Premier League victories against Southampton. So with the tight schedule, we have 14th versus 5th in a festive fight to gain 3 points down south in Southampton. Game is just about 10 minutes until kick-off. Southampton coming into this game, like I said, off a massive win. They were struggling to pick up wins. They hadn't got any in their previous 6 before the West Ham game. So that would bring some great confidence for their team and their hopes of aiming for mid-table and definitely escaping any kind of relegation, fight, battle that could be on their hands if they start to slip. But I think personally, Southampton definitely have the quality to stay up. But we've got some score predictions earlier on. We've got 3-1 Spurs, 2-1 Spurs as well. So Tottenham definitely being favoured for the victory. It would make sense if they win against a worse team than they are. They are obviously unbeaten under Antonio Conte in the Premier League. With the lineups, Tottenham, I've just put Dele Alli on the right. He could play in behind Son and Kane. It depends. He could come in from out wide. It depends. He could definitely be playing in that 10 role behind Son and Kane. He could be in a wide role where he's coming from the wide areas and coming inside. Or you see how it is, but that's how I think they're going to line up. But like I said, he could definitely be playing in behind Kane and Son, which last season absolutely ripped Southampton apart. You may remember Son got 5 goals against Southampton last season, 4 of them coming in the game at St Mary's in that 5-2 win they got early on in the season. Kane supplying 4 of the assists as well for Heung-min Son. Absolutely crazy partnership. Hopefully they can show something similar for Spurs fans. Southampton will want that to be stopped. But it's a different Spurs side in terms of formation, manager, style. So, like I said, both teams coming into this game high on confidence, that's for sure. Southampton finally getting that win that they probably deserve within their performances. They got quite unlucky, likes of Crystal Palace away, a 2-2 draw. Probably should have won that, but the goals were fantastic as well from Southampton on the weekend against West Ham. Elioussi with a great right-footed finish into the corner. James Ward-Prowse nicely slotted away penalty, always reliable from the penalty spot. And Bednarek with a great glancing header at the far post, towards the far post. Fantastic goal. So, like I said, Southampton will fancy this, but they know they've got to break down a solid Tottenham team. Quite versatile, very much so. I think Dele Alli, this is his time to shine, really. He needs to start performing now, or Tottenham will get rid. It might be, in terms of for him, it might be needed of a new change, new challenge. But as he stays at Tottenham, he needs to start performing and change his attitude, because when you've got the likes of Lucas Moura on the bench and Brian Hill as well, signed in the summer, a young Spanish winger, he's gonna get left in the cold. And I don't think Conte will have much sympathy. I think if he sees him not working to his ability and to his pattern of play that he wants, he'll just get rid of him. He'll just say, look, he's not part of my plans, he's not good enough. And it's crazy for Dele Alli, because he's such a good player. In the 2016-2017 season, right, he got 22 goals and 13 assists in 50 appearances in all competitions. So he can do it. It's just if he can show it. Watching it on TV or commentary, going, much better. I very much appreciate that. Like I said, these commentaries isn't just like to watch me. I just put all this me on the screen just so if you want to watch it as a video. But if you're just like doing something and you want me in the background, you don't have to actually watch it. If you just put me on in the background, that is fine. Best commentator, thank you. So nice. Everyone's been so nice. I try my best anyway. Yeah, hopefully, like yesterday, there's no technical difficulties like there was. I don't think there will. Next commentary, I don't know if it'll happen, but I'm going to try and push for it. I'm going to try and do Manchester United Burnley on the 30th. Can't do one tomorrow because I'm busy, and then I want to do a game on the 30th Not sure what the other games are on that Thursday. It is either Everton, Newcastle, Man United, Burnley. So it'll be one of them. I'm pushing more towards Man United, Burnley because I've done Everton a few times this season already. I don't think I've done Burnley yet, so it'll probably be one of them. But yeah, thank you for all the nice comments. That's very nice to hear. The kickoff is just about 5 minutes away at St Mary's. There are other games in the Premier League going on at the same time, so I'll keep you up to date with all those scores coming in as well. We've got Watford, West Ham, and Crystal Palace, Norwich, with Leicester, Liverpool on later on tonight, so you can watch that at 8 o'clock. I'm going to go through the lineups very, very, very quickly because we are very close to kick off. Fraser Forster will be in goal for Southampton. Was on the bench for the first 14 games, injured in December, but with the injury of Alex McCarthy, Southampton's usual number one, he's now back in the starting 11 with his first appearance in the Premier League against West Ham in that 3-2 away victory. Jan Valery comes in for his first Premier League appearance of the entire season. He'd only got 3 League Cup appearances before today. Jan Bednarek, who got that goal against West Ham, starts alongside Mohamed Salisu, who's yet to score for Southampton in his career, in his first full Premier League season. That is not going to be interrupted with injury. Last season he was hit with injury quite early on, but now he's in and he's getting some good games under Ralph Hasenhüttl. Kyle Walker-Peters playing against his former club, being used as left back this season despite being right-footed, and we'll have to see how he plays up against the likes of Son and Dele Alli. And then left midfield we've got Romain Perraud. He's usually left back, but we're going to be playing in a more attacking position in left midfield, mainly I think to give some defence to Kyle Walker-Peters if there's ever an overload on that left-hand side. 2 central midfielders of Ibrahima Diallo and James Ward-Prowse, the captain, who also got a goal and an assist in that win against West Ham. Stuart Armstrong returns from injury. He's on the right-hand side. He's been out for the last 6, and he returned from a calf injury against West Ham, but this is his first start in quite a while. And then 2 strikers up front. Shane Long gets on with a start, 2 Premier League appearances so far this season, yet to score. And Adam Armstrong, who's been a little bit frozen out as of late because they've got a lot of striking options. Southampton, he plays up front with Shane Long. 2 goals so far this season for Adam Armstrong. Bench is Willy Caballero, Dynel Simiu, Thierry Small, who's at the age of 17, absolutely ridiculous. He's left back. He's in to fill up the bench today. Oriol Romeu is on the bench with Nathan Redmond, Nathan Teller, who returned from COVID, Mohamed El Yunusi, who did score in the West Ham victory. He's on with Theo Walcott and Armando Broja as well, on loan from Chelsea. Great striking option. They have got here, it could be a back 3 for Southampton, matching Tottenham, so I will let you know if that stays the same. We'll have to wait for that for kickoff. Then for Tottenham, they've got Hugo Lloris in goal, Davinson Sanchez, Eric Dyer and Ben Davies returning to the back 3. Emerson Royal and Sergio Reguilon is in as wing backs. Harry Winks replaces Oliver Skip in the midfield to play alongside former Saints Pierre-Emile Højbjerg. Front 3, Dele Alli, Harry Kane, Heung-min Son. They need to be all firing on all cylinders today if they want to keep Antonio Conte's unbeaten start as a Premier League manager for Spurs alive. On their bench, Pierluigi Gallini, Matt Doherty, Joe Rodon, Yafit Tanganga, Harvey White, captain of the under-23s, he's been promoted to the bench for this game, Tanguy and Ndombele, Oliver Skip, Lucas Moura, who's been dropped to the bench after scoring and getting 2 assists against Crystal Palace. Quite harsh to see him dropped. And then Brian Hill as well is on the bench. It does look like it might be a 3-4-1-2 for Tottenham. We'll have to see if Southampton do match them with a back 3. Interesting to see if they go for that. We'll have to wait and see. Watch the Everton match, see if you can spot me in the stadium. I'll have to see. I'm not sure. I'm leaning more towards the Man United Burnley game. What's your opinion on Ronaldo not clapping fans? It's just Ronaldo, isn't it? I mean, not the first time he's done it. I remember against Chelsea away, he did it as well after drawing 1-1. I don't know. It's Ronaldo, isn't it, at the end of the day? If that's how he wants to be, then the fans can take up the problem as neutral. I'm not that bothered. If he wants to be doing that and cause unrest in the team, then that's absolutely fine by me. But I read a tweet literally before we went live that apparently only about 3 players went over to clap. So it's not just Ronaldo, it's also many other players. That's what I've read anyway on Twitter. So it's not just Ronaldo, but it's not great seeing one of your most senior players do it as well. He's such an awful sportsman. He thinks he's... Yeah, I mean, but like I said, it's not just Ronaldo. Obviously, it is also some of the other players, as well as the referee blows the whistle and all the players take the knee, and the staff by a round of applause at St Mary's, highlighting no room for racism. With Tottenham to kick off, kicking left to right, Southampton right to left. Anthony Taylor is the man in the middle for this game. It's battle of Eric Dyer on the 18-yard box, shifts it across towards the left, clipped out wide, picked up by Jan Valery, who volleys it forward out to play for a Tottenham throw-in in the Tottenham half. And like I said, in this opening few minutes, we'll have to see if Southampton are going for a back three. And I think they are. I do think they are going for a back three, Southampton, as Winks helps up towards Kane, loses out to Bednarek. Shane Long, heavy touch, but can get it to Kyle Walker-Peters. Get this timer started. There we go. Southampton throwing on the left-hand side. Emerson Royal getting it away, and it's Perrault, the French, playing left midfield, but usually is left back. It's Armstrong, and that is Adam Armstrong. Takes it on the turn nicely. The striker they signed from Blackburn looks for the switch over towards Kyle Walker-Peters. It's dealt with by Reguilon, and he's been caught there by Kyle Walker-Peters. Walker-Peters also went down after he challenged the Spanish left-back who put a little bit of a nervy touch in. Got it away in the end. Should really be a Tottenham free kick, I think. I'm not sure if the ref gave it. Yes, he did give it. Okay, free kick for Spurs in their 18-yard box with captain Hugo Lloris. Played at all the minutes in the Premier League last season. As it goes all the way over to Kane. Heads it out of play for a Southampton throw-in. Kyle Walker-Peters throws it back to Jan Valery, who's in that back three, so they've matched Tottenham, so ignore the lineup on my screen. It's a back three for Southampton. Fraser Forster clears up towards Reguilon. Another poor touch by the Spanish wing-back. Another throw-in for Southampton in their own half. A few nervy touches so far for the former Real Madrid left-back. They've got the one goal this season. So far, it was in the 2-1 win against Leeds, which he got the winner for. As Ibrahima Diallo touches out of play on the far right for Tottenham to have a throw in this time with Reguilon in their away strip. Bit of a funky strip that from Tottenham as Son gets it in the middle to Emil Højbjerg. Gets it over towards Emerson Royal. It's a short pass. He's going to be met by Perrault, and it falls to Salisu, who then clears upfield towards Adam Armstrong. Gets past Winks and tries to go around the outside of Davinson Sanchez. Good tackle by the Colombian. And he's helped by his other South American teammate, Emerson Royal, and Tottenham are back in possession in their own half. Play it forward towards Son. Can't get it in his stride, and it's fell to Salisu, who will go back to Fraser Forster. Southampton are back in possession just under 3 minutes in. Salisu playing left centre-back. He is a left-footed centre-back, so that definitely helps for balancing this Southampton side as his pass has gone astray and picked up by Ben Davies, the former Swansea man, to Emerson Royal down the right. Plays it down the line to Dele Alli, holding it up against Salisu on the right-hand side. Goes back to Emerson Royal, number 12 for Spurs. Sanchez, back it goes all the way towards Hugo Lloris. Lays it off into number 15, Eric Dyer. 16 appearances this season, 16 starts. Now 17 appearances, 17 starts for Eric Dyer, who seems quite a key player in this Antonio Conte three-at-the-back system. As Dele Alli gets it from Dyer in towards Kane. Loses bearings and he loses the ball through Jan Bednarek. It's now Adam Armstrong on the left, on the halfway. Falls back to the 6'7" giants of Fraser Forster. Yet to pick up a clean sheet against Tottenham in his playing career. Fraser Forster, as his ball goes long and over the head of Shane Long for a Tottenham throw-in their own half. (1-0) to Watford against West Ham, really having a troublesome period of the season. West Ham nearly got their entire back four injured, Zuma, Ogbonna and Cresswell, and they've gone 1-0 down away to Watford 5 minutes in. Emmanuel Bonaventure has took the lead there for Watford. West Ham were beaten as well at the weekend at home to Southampton, who will look to try and get 2 wins out of 2 against London opponents. Harry Winks in the midfield, twisting and turning nicely to get away from Shane Long, and is forced back to the edge of the 18-yard box to Eric Dyer, who lifts the ball upwards towards Kane, headed away by Bednarek. Dyer heads it back forward, intercepted by Diallo, then Sanchez heads away. Can't find a Tottenham shirt. Salisu into Ward-Prowse, out to Perro on the left-hand side. Now Adam Armstrong had a fantastic season last year with Blackburn, scoring 28 championship goals, finishing second on the top scoring list. Diallo. Armstrong returning from injury with a start here against Tottenham. Walker-Peters, he's playing on his more natural right-hand side, looks for a cross and he finds Shane Long, who heads it towards goal. He was aiming for that far left corner and that wasn't far away for the experienced Irishman. Now hitting the age of 34. Great cross, may have just strayed offside, it would have been a close call. Got the header ahead of Davinson Sanchez, lost his marker and headed just wide, but it's a good start from Southampton. Positive intent to try and get the first goal. Definitely being the better side in this first 5 minutes. Played forward by Tottenham, can't find Kane. Bednarek wins it. Loose ball though falls to Højbjerg, goes back towards Ben Davies. Clears down the left-hand side channel, can't find Son. Picked up by Bednarek, the Polishman. Just about forces back to Forster in the Southampton goal. Adam Armstrong finds it, tries to turn Davinson Sanchez, stopped in his tracks by the Colombian. Southampton throwing. Perro. It's actually Emmanuel Dennis with the goal, apparently. I'm not sure if Amazon Prime's got it wrong or Google, but said to Emmanuel Dennis has got that goal. He's having a great season so far. The Nigerian. Ward-Prowse lifts it into Armstrong. First time layoff into Jan Valery as they are high into the Tottenham half here, Southampton. Walker-Peters running one-on-one with Reguilon. Not many options. Does find Armstrong though with a nice pass back to goal. Turning all the way around to look for a pass to the left-hand side, and he finds Perro in a lot of space here. The French left midfielder gets a lifted crossing towards the far post where Walker-Peters went for it against Reguilon. Goes over his head, and it's kept in on the far side by Kyle Walker-Peters. He keeps it alive. Ward-Prowse is free on the edge, tries to take on Reguilon instead. Works a lifted crossing towards Adam Armstrong. Oh, should have done better. Unmarked in the end in the box. Not really his forte for the 5'8" striker heading in crosses. But he was left free there by Dele Alli, who was back doing his defensive duties. Completely left him, got dragged in towards the ball. Free header for him. Bounced off the top of his head, and he's an easy catch in the end for Hugo Lloris. As he sends it up towards Kane, he gets a spin on Bednarek, and he's away here. Harry Kane on the left-hand side. Gets the better position in terms of getting goal side of Jan Bednarek. Winks in towards Ali. First time touch taken down by Salisu. Not illegally, says the referee, and Southampton have it back on their edge of the 18-yard box. Dele Alli will chase Salisu down, but he can't get anywhere near the Southampton centre-half. Looks for a pass inside, cut out by Harry Winks, and a throw-in for Southampton towards the halfway line. Harry Winks has got a point to prove, that's for sure. Only his fourth start in the Premier League this season. Oliver Skipp's been favoured by both Nuno Espirito Santo and Conte. He's usually been getting the starts. Oliver Skipp getting 22 appearances already so far in all competitions. Skipp showing how he's been trusted by both managers so far, racking up that many appearances in all competitions. They are both playing a strong side. Yeah, I mean, Southampton have had to rotate heavily. Tino Livramento, who I was really looking forward to watching, was unfortunately injured for this one, got a knock to his knee, says Hasenhüttl. So that's annoying because I really like watching Livramento, signed from Chelsea this season for about £5 million. He's been absolutely fantastic for Southampton, but he's injured. But he's pretty strong, definitely from Tottenham anyway. As a long diagonal ball from Tottenham towards Kane is just a little bit too heavy for him, and Southampton are back in possession. Long ball by Southampton themselves, goes long towards Hugo Lloris, who can collect. Shane Long couldn't quite get on the end of that one. And Crystal Palace have gone 1-0 up against Norwich. Penalty, Odsonne Edouard with the goal. Palace 1-0 up against Norwich. Well, Prowse in the Southampton half has it to Jan Bednarek. It's now Jan Valery, getting a rare Premier League appearance. Spent time on loan last season at Birmingham, but he was a pretty failed loan. Didn't get many appearances under his belt or any minutes when he did come on. Armstrong over towards Ward-Prowse, just about gets beyond Harry Kane, and he looks out wide left for Romain Perraud. Armstrong, and that's Adam Armstrong, the striker, playing left wing today in the part of the front three with Shane Long and Stuart Armstrong. Diallo in the midfield. Gets it over towards Jan Valery. He can hit them from afar. He's going to fancy it, Jan Valery, and it's just wide. Hits the upright behind the goal. Jan Valery can hit them. He's got 2 Premier League goals. One against Spurs a couple seasons ago. Jan Valery. And he got one against Manchester United at Old Trafford. You might remember it was an absolute screamer from afar. Hit the top right corner at Old Trafford. So yeah, he's already scored in the Premier League against Spurs once. He'll try and do it again. Salisu heads away the Tottenham clearance as they try and work out from the back. Perraud looks for a lifted ball towards Adam Armstrong. Header cut out by Davinson Sanchez. It's now Winks into Ali. Good quick play from Tottenham to try and break away. Misplaced ball towards Heung-min Son. Picked up by Diallo. Played forward to Ward-Prowse. Now over to Stuart Armstrong on the right. And Southampton again. Great start from them against Tottenham. And they're in possession. Dictating the play with James Ward-Prowse, the captain on the ball. Looks for an intricate ball behind for Kyle Walker-Peters. Cut out by the head of Reguilon. And he's offside anyway from that James Ward-Prowse ball. Walker-Peters. And Tottenham can have a moment to breathe. Oh, that's Emmanuel Dennis's full name, Emmanuel Bonaventure. Okay, right. So Emmanuel Dennis did score for Watford in their home game against West Ham. Ralph Hasenhüttl will be happy with the start of the game. The 54-year-old Austrian was a striker in his playing days, Ralph Hasenhüttl. There is Antonio Conte, the Italian. 4 Serie A titles with 3 with Juventus and 1 with Inter Milan in his time in the Italian league. Now trying his second stint in the Prem. As Kane gets it on the halfway, gets through the legs of Salisu and gets beyond the centre-back and gets behind the challenge of Bednarek, plays it through towards Dele Alli, too much on it. But that was really good skill, that, from Harry Kane. Got beyond Salisu with a nutmeg, and then Bednarek came flying in and he got past him as well. And then when it mattered to get the final pass through, he just overhit it there, Harry Kane, the top assist maker last season. As Dyer heads back to Lloris with a long punted ball forward by Southampton. The Palace goal was a pen yet. Odsonne-Edouard penalty. Antonio Conte wants more from his team. They are struggling in the opening 12 minutes in this game as Dele Alli's caught late in the Tottenham half by Salisu. And that'll be a free kick for Tottenham. Just tried to get it on the turn there, Dele Alli, and release it, but got stormed into by Salisu. A rightly given foul, if I say so myself. Only game Salisu's missed, the Ghanaian centre-back, was against Arsenal away in a 3-0 loss. It's the only game he's missed this season. As Tottenham burst away here. Reguilon on the left. Is he pulled down illegally by Kyle Walker-Peters? It is a foul and it's a yellow card as Tottenham and Harry Kane chased down the referee, asking if that should be a red. Kyle Walker-Peters got caught there. Kane got it on the turn from Bednarek and he got a ball in behind on the left. Pulled down by Reguilon. The keeper was there and was going to collect. It was an unnecessary pulling down in the end. Don't think it's last man because the goalkeeper is sprinting out on the edge of the box to collect the ball. But Kyle Walker-Peters did get caught there as Kane tried to play it in behind on the left. Reguilon could have been in for his second goal of the season. Definitely not a red card, but 100% a yellow and a free kick for Tottenham in a dangerous area on the left-hand side. A little bit far out for a shot. It'd have to be an unbelievable strat to get beyond Fraser Forster. But it's definitely an unbelievable chance to get a good cross in here for Heung-min Son. He scored in his last 4 games in the Premier League for Tottenham now. A great run of form. And he did score 4 here last season in 1 game in a 5-2 win. So he does like coming to St Mary's Stadium. South Korean stood over it. Like I said, it had to be a hell of a strike to get Tottenham the lead. The wall set up. Everyone's in place. Anthony Taylor blows the whistle. Son lifts it in, headed on by Ben Davies. Offside. Made his run a bit too early and he's been caught offside. He didn't really have any chance of celebrating because as soon as he looked over to the far side, he saw the flag was up. Yeah, everyone in the Tottenham shirt other than Davinson Sanchez was offside. Well guided header to the far corner by Ben Davies, but he was well offside. Unfortunately for the man who's back into the starting 11 today after missing the Crystal Palace game. Was left out ahead of Yaphet Tanganga. So Fraser Forster with a free kick. Into the Tottenham half it goes and helped on by Shane Long. Stuart Armstrong lays out wide towards Kyle Walker-Peters. Too much on it, can't keep it in. The young fullback. Now at the age of 24, Kyle Walker-Peters was a key player in the success for the England under-20s at the 2017 under-20s World Cup, and he did play left-back for a majority of those games. He's usually a right-back because he's right-footed. Wings kicks caught out in possession. Diallo, Armstrong up towards Shane Long, cut out in a vital area there on the edge of the box, I think by Eric Dyer, and Winks gets away with it, too slow on the ball in his own half. Diallo picked it up, tried to play it through towards Adam Armstrong, then to Long, but was cut out in the end as Valerie gets it forward to Stuart Armstrong, caught by Ben Davies from behind. Free kick for Southampton on the right-hand side. But Tottenham just need to relax. Winks just taking too long on the ball. Didn't have any options. Got the ball stuck into his feet. Diallo, Armstrong looking towards Long in the box, intercepted and cleared by Davinson Sanchez. But they've got a defender for dangerous free kick here. We know how good Ward-Prowse is from set pieces and getting crosses in, like we saw against West Ham with the winner that they got. A great swinging ball in towards Bednarek, who headed into the back of the net. So Ward-Prowse stood over it. Places it. Kyle Walker-Peters is stood over it with him. Crosses in by Ward-Prowse, headed by Ben Davies to the edge to Roman Perro. It's now Armstrong with a cross blocked by Emerson Royale. Now Diallo. Back out far left to Perro. Cuts in onto his right. Pokes in towards Adam Armstrong. Then across to Diallo. Crosses it over towards Walker-Peters. Cut out by Reguilon. Helped back forward by Ward-Prowse and helped away by Reguilon. Heads it on as far as the Polish on the halfway line. Jan Bednarek. Fraser Forster sees a ball wide left, cut out by Emerson Royale. Good header by the Brazilian wing-back. Now Dele Alli in the Tottenham half. Back to Eric Dyer, who will bring it forward. Play a nice ball towards Kane. Caught on his heels. Bednarek gets there first. Ward-Prowse finds a gap to Shane Long. Back to Diallo. Out wide again to Ward-Prowse, who's found himself on the left-hand side. Goes to Roman Perro. The summer signing. Here he is again. Into Adam Armstrong. Plays it through. Here we go. Can he get on the end of a Shane Long ball? No, he can't. Good recovering and covering challenge from Ben Davies, who's already got the ball in the back of the net early on, but he was caught well offside from the free kick. Romain Perro with the throw-in. Drops it and leaves it for Mohamed Salisu. 17, now 18 Premier League appearances for him this season. His amount he got last season was 12, so shows how much he's being trusted more by Ralph Hasenhüttl, and lack of injuries is helping him with a strong amount of appearances. His throw-in's headed away. On this side, Jan Valerie as Southampton keep it forward and apply pressure. Salisu gets it through the gap to Adam Armstrong on the far left, on the byline, works a cross in. Header won by Højbjerg, and then the flag goes up for offside. Southampton caught out there in the attacking stages. This is the only current game on now where there's no goal in the Premier League. There's Michael McIntyre. The comedian is finding his way to St Mary's. He's a Tottenham fan, I want to say. Yes, he is a Tottenham fan. Great to see him in the crowd. Don't know why they showed him, but you know. Hugo Lloris will take the free kick from the offside, and he'll get his team forward. Gets it beyond the halfway line, up towards Dele Alli. Helps it on to Kane. He's got a chance to get away with Son. Ball through. Again, too much on it. Fraser Forster will get down to collect it in his box. Almost happening for Tottenham when they do get on it. They've not had a real big chance yet from open play. Fraser Forster gets on the ground. Clears it up towards Shane Long. Diallo helps it back forward. Dyer heads it in the sky. Stuart Armstrong can nod it down towards Kyle Walker-Peters. Dealt with by Reguilon in the Southampton final third. Gets out of his feet. Looks for Højbjerg. Picked up by Diallo. Here he is. Kyle Walker-Peters brought down. No foul, says the referee. And then Reguilon's been brought down, and that's a foul by Diallo. Walker-Peters wanted the free kick there on the right, just on the edge of the box, but I don't think he was caught. No, he was already falling down when the contact was made. And a rightly given decision there by Anthony Taylor to not give the free kick as Dyer looks for Kane. Again, can't quite find Tottenham's main man. It was nearly off to Manchester in the summer. Didn't quite materialise. It's a long ball up towards, I don't even know who's aiming for them, Romain Perraud. But he's lost out. And Tottenham are back in possession. Deep in their own half with Winks. Just about gets it to Højbjerg, the former Southampton man. Now Ali, working it well to Son. Loses it to Jan Valery. Good defending by the number 43, and then looks for Kyle Walker-Peters out wide. Too much on it. And a throw in for Tottenham Hotspur. Still 1-0 in both of the games. 1-0 to Watford, 1-0 to Crystal Palace. Southampton don't usually like facing Antonio Conte. He's managed against them 5 times and he's won all 5, including an FA Cup semi-final win in April 2018 with Chelsea, which Chelsea went on to win against United. That was his last win against Southampton. That was with Chelsea. Ooh, Emerson caught late there by Shane Long. Play will continue as Tottenham is still in possession, but I think they'll stop it here as Emerson's still down. Emerson Royale, yeah, foul's now given. That was late by Long. Don't think it was meant with any malicious intent, but he definitely caught the Brazilian late. Yeah, just released the ball and then went across him and just caught him as the ball was released, just with his body. So free kick for Tottenham in their own half. Shane Long, I think, getting away without a booking with that one. To 21.5 minutes in, it's still Southampton 0, Tottenham 0. Dyer, long diagonal ball looking for Reguilon. Heads it to Son, then heads it to Kane. On the left-hand side, working away from Bednarek and finds the ball inside to Reguilon. In the final third now for Tottenham. Kane has it, gets away from Diallo in the box. On an angle, looks for a pullback. Comes off Bednarek and he has to clear out for a Tottenham corner. Good play that from Harry Kane. Not quite scoring the usual amount of goals Harry Kane does. He's only got 3 goals in the Premier League so far this season in the last 15 games. He has got 2 in 2. So maybe his form is turning for the better for Tottenham and Antonio Conte. Son stood over it. It'll be an in-swinging corner from the South Korean. Goes to the edge to Reguilon, then finds back to Son, then to Reguilon again, who's got the better angle for the cross. Goes in, it loops in the sky. Collected by Fraser Forster. He'll look for the quick counter-attack, kicks out of his hands, and looks for Adam Armstrong. Emerson Royale's the last back for Tottenham, and he defends it well. Volleys it into the Southampton sky, where Stuart Armstrong can bring it down in the Tottenham half for Southampton. Tackled by Ben Davies, throw in for Southampton. Walker-Peters throws it back to Jan Valery, a Frenchman. Now over to Salisu. Lifted ball over the top. Romain Perraud will give chase. Touched off of Emerson Royale, and Winks will come and collect down the right towards Ali. Tackled strongly by Salisu, and that'll be a foul, says Taylor. Definitely a foul for me, I think. Went in quite strong there, Salisu. Received the ball from Winks. Yeah, before getting the ball, he'd caught Dele Alli first. Strong one on the top of the foot of Dele Alli. Emerson Royale goes back to Eric Dyer in the 18-yard box for Tottenham. Sanchez cuts in, just about gets away from Ward-Prowse. Dele Alli brought down again by Salisu, but this time it's fairly done by the Ghanaian centre-back. Perraud in an advanced area on the left-hand side, looks for a cross, deflects off Emerson Royale. That'll be a throw-in for Southampton, deep inside the Tottenham half. Long thrown in by Salisu. Dele Alli heads away only as far as James Ward-Prowse. It's an absolute stormer. The goal celebration's out. Dele Alli couldn't get the ball away far enough. Only for Ward-Prowse to latch onto it. Definitely a deserved goal for Southampton. They've been absolutely fantastic. Long throwing in. Oh, Dele Alli, I don't even know what he was trying to do. Fell to Ward-Prowse though, who cut across the ball. Curl, far corner. Lloris tried, failed. Oh, it's a beautiful finish. Should have been dealt with better by Dele Alli. But Ward-Prowse with a storming finish. Curls into the far corner. Hasenhüttl's delighted. And it is everything Southampton deserve. Tottenham have not been good enough so far today. They did go 1-0 up with a header by Ben Davies, but he was well offside from the free kick that was delivered in for him for the headed goal. Southampton 1, Tottenham 0. Ward-Prowse again with another goal. That's now, I think, 3-3 for the English midfielder, as Dele Alli feeds it through towards Son on the right-hand side, dealt with by Jan Valery, poked away by the French defender, then cleared in the end by the goal scorer James Ward-Prowse. Shane Long will give chase, headed away by Davinson Sanchez. Winks now with it, Emerson Royale. 1-2 with Dele Alli, caught there by Salisu. That's another foul from him, and that will be a booking now for the 6'3" centre-back. One 0 to Southampton. What a goal from James Ward-Prowse. Serious good goal. Got a goal against Crystal Palace from a pearl of a free kick. He got a goal from the spot against West Ham away, and now he's got a goal from open play with a beautiful finish against Tottenham Hotspur at home. Ward-Prowse has got it here as the battle in midfield continues, as Southampton have got their tactics right so far with matching the system of Tottenham, as Diallo just loses out to Højbjerg in midfield, and Tottenham can try and get away now in their own half. Winks, lifted ball, looking for Reguilon on the left. Walker-Peters will deal with it this time and get it to his goalkeeper, Fraser Forster. Left-footed, clearance away, not very convincing. It's now Dele Alli who receives it from the Winks header, battling with Ward-Prowse. Forster, Emerson Royale. Tottenham keep it. Looks for Reguilon, touching behind towards Kane. Well dealt with firstly by Bednarek. It's still there to be won for Harry Kane. Dealt with by Salisu. Clearance. Chased down by Adam Armstrong. Dyer will cover on the right and get it down the line towards Emerson Royale, who heads inside towards Winks. Finds Ali. Flicking side to Winks again. Good play from Tottenham. Looks for Kane. Collects it. Might be offside. But play will continue. He's on the edge. Back to goal. Still it off into Reguilon. Across to Winks. Caught there by Ibrahima Diallo, and that will be a free kick for Tottenham. What a goal, well deserved. Southampton playing well. Yep, 100%. Been the much better side so far. But yeah, fantastic goal from Ward-Prowse as well. Beautiful finish. 3 goals in 3 games for him now. That's now 5 in the Premier League altogether. He got his best ever season return with 8 goals and 7 assists last season. Looks like he's going to be aiming towards similar numbers or even better for Ward-Prowse, who was very close to a call up for the Euros final squad, but just missed out ahead of Ben White. Or behind Ben White, but I'm sure his time in the England camp will come. It's Kane, about 25 yards out. He's got the free kick here. This is prime James Ward-Prowse territory, but obviously he's playing for Southampton and not Spurs, so it'll be Harry Kane from afar. This would be one hell of a free kick if he can bend this in. Harry Kane's over it. Central drives it towards Fraser Forster's right-hand side, and it's an easy collection in the end for the former Celtic goalkeeper. And Southampton keep hold of their lead. Went to the keeper's side, not enough conviction, power or height. An easy save for number 44. Fraser Forster is getting his second appearance in the Premier League this season after being on the bench for the first 14. Ben Davies wins the header from the ball forward by Fraser Forster. Ward-Prowse helps it on in the air. So does Walker-Peters. Over the head of Ben Davies as he lays it into Reguilon. Then forward to Son. Helped on by Kyle Walker-Peters the wrong way. And in the end it falls to Højbjerg in midfield. Pokes it through towards Son. Brought down in the end the Danish midfielder. And that's a free kick to the disappointment of Hasenhüttl. He believes that wasn't a free kick there. He's given away by Jan Valery. Højbjerg ended up going down on the halfway. And Hasenhüttl will be getting a talking to here by Anthony Taylor, who really wasn't happy with that given free kick. The referee from Cheshire, and he's been booked, Hasenhüttl, for his words. He was definitely very animated when that free kick was given against Southampton. Hasenhüttl in the book. Played into Kane as we continue from the free kick. All the way towards the halfway line, Kane looking for an option. Now found Dele Alli, flicks in towards Son, deflects to Roman Perro, who helps it down the line. Adam Armstrong will give chase and get there ahead of Davinson Sanchez. Touches it down the line, but the Colombian does recover and gets there ahead of Adam Armstrong. It's now Son looking to set away Kane or Reguilon, but his pass is blocked by Bednarek. Can't keep a hold of it for Southampton. Ben Davies now down the line to Kane. Caught late by Jan Valery, but play will be allowed to continue with Reguilon breaking away. Son's in behind. Goes across the other way looking for Emerson Royale. Cut out by Roman Perro. And Southampton now are on the break. Kane's back on his feet as he's got some defending to do now. Perro over the top towards Adam Armstrong. Lloris has to come and meet it and can only clear it out of play for a Southampton throw-in. Falls are high. Are you doing all right? Good game so far. Southampton playing really well. Like I said, with Anthony Taylor and yellow cards this season in the Premier League, he's given out quite a few. That's 52 in 13 Premier League games before today. Salisu's been booked. So has Ralph Hasenhüttl, the manager. So has Kyle Walker-Peters as well for a foul on Reguilon. That's now 54 yellow cards in terms of players, and then Ralph Hasenhüttl also books. The long throw-in goes in. Cleared by Eric Dyer. Bednarek nods it down to the left to Salisu as Tottenham is still in a defensive shape. Picked up by Winks. Poor ball from Salisu. He needs to be careful. He is on a booking. 1-1 with Dele Alli. Does tackle him fairly and clears out for a throw-in for Tottenham to take. Wow, quick turnaround. So quick, I didn't even see it. West Ham are now 2-1 up against Watford away. Gone from 1-0 down to 2-1 up as Fraser Forster has to come out and clear away from Dele Alli. Thomas Souček on the 27th minute and then Said Benrahma on the 29th. Quick turnaround from West Ham. Yeah, West Ham now 2-1 up. That's a quick turnaround. Emerson Royale for Tottenham. Winks. Caught by Shane Long, but Winks keeps it. Then handball against Winks as he was on the ground and he thought he was fouled and pushed over. Winks not happy. He's not had the greatest of the game so far. Winks a bit hesitant on the ball and he was there again. I think that might have been a foul on Winks. Then obstruction with the ball. Foul. Free kick given to Southampton. Fraser Forster will get the free kick taken and get it into the Tottenham half. Looks towards the Southampton right-hand side. Headed down by Shane Long. Back to Stuart Armstrong. Now to Ward-Prowse. Across to Diallo. Now with the left-hand side with Mohamed Salisu. Good play again from Southampton. Works it to wing back Perro. Shifts it for some space. Then gets a cross in. Deflects off Emerson Royale. Corner kick for Southampton. Tottenham need to be careful here because Antonio Conte's unbeaten start as a Tottenham manager in the Premier League is in doubt. 4 wins and 2 draws so far. Conte's last Premier League loss was in May of 2018. His last Premier League game as a manager of Chelsea. That was a 3-0 away loss to Newcastle. So he hasn't tasted a loss in this league for about 3.5 years, despite being away for about 3 of those years. Ward-Prowse of an in-swinger. We know how good he is from set pieces. The header's won by Kane. Jan Valery tries to help it back over towards Ward-Prowse on the left. Dele Alli's poor clearance will then in the end find Ward-Prowse as he kicks it off Kane for a throw-in for Southampton. Ward-Prowse, captain now, age of 27. He's been at the club since 2003 from a very young boy. 341 appearances now for Southampton. He's played under 7 managers as well in his time at Southampton, the likes of Pochettino, formerly of Tottenham, Ronald Koeman as well, Hasenhüttl, obviously. Emerson Royal tries to get it away, gets it into Kane, Son's away, feeds him on the left, touches just behind him, but he can keep it forward. He's got players in support, goes on his own, and goes the long way around Jan Valery, gets the left-footed shot away, but it's right down the throat of Fraser Forster. Easy save for the 33-year-old Englishman. Kane got Son away, touches poor, fell behind him in the end, so had to retreat and get the ball back, then started to run forward, got beyond Valery, but the shot was really poor, and the only men in support for him was Sergio Reguilon and Emerson Royal. It's Long, heads it in behind for Stuart Armstrong. Great header from Shane Long. The Scotsman now halted up, gets inside toward Prowse. First time ball looking for the left wing back of Roman Perraud. Finds him as well. Just lays it back into Salisu. Ward-Prowse. Over to the right centre half, Jan Valery, who's found his way forward. Overlapping as a centre back as he plays it into Walker-Peters. Now Diallo. Ward-Prowse. Ibrahima Diallo again. Salisu. Far wide left is now Roman Perraud. Guides it inside towards Armstrong. Works in across from the left. It's dangerous. Header won by Reguilon only as far as Ward-Prowse on the edge. Gets onto his left foot. Tries the shot. Tackled by Dele Alli. The clearance only goes as far as Diallo, who helps it out wide right to Jan Valery. Tries to go down the line towards Walker-Peters. Tackled and intercepted by Heung-min Son, who tries to get beyond Diallo. Can't quite do so, but the afters falls to Winks. Tries to get it through towards Kane. Touch comes off his leg and behind him and can be picked up by Valery. And Southampton will come again in the Tottenham half. Armstrong finds himself central on the pitch. Ball finds Perraud in the end, who's getting on the ball a lot, the Frenchman. Diallo. Out to Jan Valery. If Southampton do win, they'll be 6 points behind Tottenham, who do have a few games in hand on teams like Southampton and all teams in the league after having quite a few games suspended due to COVID. And this would also take them 12 points away from the bottom three, Southampton, if they got a win today. (2-0) now for Crystal Palace. Jean-Philippe Mateta scores. Two Frenchmen on the score sheet for Crystal Palace as Lloris hesitates on the ball and scoops it over towards Ben Davies after just avoiding the press from Stuart Armstrong. Up towards Kane, brought down to the ground by Bednarek, but the afters falls to Højbjerg. What a slight challenge from Salisu. Will fall to Winks, who tries to play in Dele Alli. Fraser Forster sweeper keeper. He comes out and clears. Close for Tottenham. Dirty game. There is a bit of scrapping in this game, that's for sure. Don't mind it though. Kane. Dele Alli on the Tottenham right. Pressure by Salisu. Forced back to Eric Dyer. Højbjerg spins it around the corner. Only finds former teammate Jan Bednarek. Through to Shane Long. Doesn't have the strength on Dyer. Well tackled by the former midfielder, Eric Dyer. Winks. Back to France and Tottenham captain Hugo Lloris. 3 clean sheets in his last 4 games. Son tries to flick it on. Comes off Jan Valery. Throwing for Tottenham. Kane fouled there by Jan Bednarek, just holding him back. Looks like a bit of a man-marking job there by the Polish international. Jan Bednarek, it seems like wherever Kane is, Bednarek is. Taken quickly, we're now back underway with Harry Winks getting beyond James Ward-Prowse, number 8 versus number 8, and trying to slot through Heung-min Son. He is in behind. Is he onside? He's been fouled in the box. Penalty kick. Salisu catches him late. Is that a red card from Mohamed Salisu? Yes, it is. Second yellow card, and the Southampton game plan is now in doubt because they've lost one of their 3 centre-halves. It was always coming from Salisu. He's done it all game. Foul after foul. Son's well onside as well. I think Roman Perraud is the one who plays him on as he tries to chase down Son in the box. Looks to kick the ball. Takes out the South Korean. Easy second yellow. Easy decision for Anthony Taylor, who's handed out his 4th red card of the season in only his 14th game that he's officiating. And after such a good start from Mohamed Salisu, the young Ghanaian centre-back, he's now got himself sent off with 2 yellow cards and conceded a penalty to give Harry Kane a chance to get Tottenham back on level terms. Should have done better there, Salisu. Even if he just let Son have the shot, because he knew he was on a yellow card. If he wasn't on a yellow, then maybe take the hit. But the fact that you're on a yellow card, just let Son through and have a shot and trust your keeper and see if he can save it. But instead, he's got himself sent off and has given a chance for Kane to get Tottenham back in the game through 12 yards out. It'll be 3-3 for Kane in the Premier League. Kane versus Forster. Taylor's just delaying the taking of the kick. Just having a talk to Fraser Forster, just telling him to stay on his line if possible. Harry Kane, he's now finding his goal-scoring form again. And can he continue his form with another goal from the spot? Harry Kane. Oh, it's a nice goal. Top left corner. Easy as you like. Sent Fraser Forster the wrong way. Never in doubt for England's number 1 and captain Harry Kane. That's now 3 in his last 3 in the Premier League. It's 4 in total in the league this season for Harry Kane. Ruthless from the spot. And it's a big, big lifeline given to Tottenham by Southampton. They're now down to 10 men. They're now back level with Tottenham. And surely now this game is in favour of Tottenham Hotspur. Such a good first half from Southampton. But it looks like it's going to be a bit of a mountain to climb now with one of their 3 centre-halves off with a red card. As from kick-off, they've gone long and it's fell right to Hugo Lloris as there was a bit of off-the-ball fouling here. Shane Long caught in the face as he was trying to chase the forward ball. Had to see a replay here. Bednarek got it forward. Long was trying to get in. Kind of ran into Reguilon. I don't think there's... Let's have a look. I don't think he meant to catch him or anything there, Sergio Reguilon. 3-0 now for Crystal Palace against Norwich. Looks like they might be going down despite the change of manager. Jeffrey Schlupp now with the goal. Shane Long has stayed down. It seems to be quite serious. And I think in terms of shape now for Southampton, I think they're just going to go to a 4-4-1 probably, or of some kind. I'm sure at half-time that's when he'll move things around and maybe bring on a substitute just to balance out the Southampton 11. But Salisu, he'd had such a good game, tight on Dele Alli, but on 2 separate occasions he's gone slightly too far, picked up 2 yellow cards. Clear foul on Heung-min Son. And Salisu was sent walking. And it's now Southampton 1, Tottenham 1. See how much character the Southampton team has now down to 10 men as Shane Long is still getting treated here for this collision with Reguilon. I don't think it was purposeful. I think they just collided into one another. He's back on his feet though, the Irishman. But it'll start with the referee dropping the ball in front of Hugo Lloris. He plays it forward to Dyer. Shane Long's back on the pitch and we're underway to finish off this first half. That's mainly been dominated by Southampton. A few chances here and there for Tottenham, but the main talking point was just near the end of the half. Salisu getting a red card, second yellow, fouling Son in the box, giving Tottenham a penalty and a chance to get level, and they took it. And they're all level. And you might have heard as well, Ferran Torres officially signs for Barcelona as well, around about £50 million, I think. So City doubling their profit. Højbjerg has it on the left-hand side as Tottenham look to do a double blow to Southampton and try and get in the lead before half-time. We've got a minute left of the half, then some added on time, especially after that stoppage with Shane Long with a face injury. Emerson Royale inside to Winks, back heels it into Emerson Royale, through to Kane, can't take it under control, not cleared by Southampton, back with Winks, shifts it along to Højbjerg, Across it goes to the line now to Ben Davies. He did have the ball in the back of the net himself to make it 1-1, but he was offside from the free kick. Højbjerg out to Reguilon. Looks for Ben Davies. First time ball to Son in behind on the left. Has to just hold it up and find the left wing back Reguilon. Into Ben Davies. Forced back to Højbjerg. Then again, once more to Eric Dyer. As the pressure is now on Southampton by Tottenham Hotspur. Højbjerg. Finds space to Reguilon. Movement around him, heavy touch. Tackle by Diallo. Oh, Reguilon tackled him. Yellow card. Sergio Reguilon. He put a heavy touch in and then Diallo got there first and he went sliding in Reguilon to try and make up for his poor touch. Caught Diallo. Don't think it was a yellow card. I think he's going a bit crazy with these yellows. Anthony Taylor, like I said, he's probably handed out the most yellows in the league. He handed about 56 yellow cards out now, 4 red cards. He's given 3 penalties, now 4 penalties as well. So Fraser Forster has it. 3 minutes of added on time. We've almost played a minute of it. Up towards Shane Long. Controls it. And lays it into Stuart Armstrong. It's Southampton push up the pitch. Diallo. Looking out wide for Roman Perro. Missing the important link of Salisu to join in on the attack. But he'll go on his own. Towards the corner flag. Kicks it off at Dele Alli. And gets the throw in. Bit of afters there between Roman Perro and Dele Alli. Dele Alli went in strong on Perro, but he won his team the throw-in in the end for Southampton. They scored from a long throw-in for their goal, Southampton. They have gone short to Adam Armstrong. Back to the taker, Perro, mugs off Ali and Emerson, but tackled by Davinson Sanchez. Nearly a good run by the French left wing back. Just over a minute to go until half time. 200th fixture between these two sides. They have played out 50 draws. This will be draw 51. Perro throws it in. Set to by Dele Alli, cleared by Emerson, up towards the halfway where Bednarek just heads out of play for a throw-in for Tottenham just to get his team back in position. From back to Davinson Sanchez as Tottenham restart with Eric Dyer. Cut out by Diallo, poor ball from Tottenham. Can't really go forward, lack of options, has to go back to Kyle Walker-Peters, former Tottenham man. Cleared down the line, deflects to Ben Davies. He'll get pressured by Shane Long, tackled by Shane Long, out for a throw-in for Tottenham. Eric Dyer has it, 5 seconds away from the half-time whistle. Winks over to Emerson, could be one more chance here for Tottenham. Left-footed ball through towards Dele Alli on the edge of the box, strong tackle by Bednarek. Still has it in his possession here, Dele Alli. Looking for a cross. Finds Kane in the box. Left-footed shot from Harry Kane. Always curling wide. And that shall be the last action of the first half. And it is. Anthony Taylor blows the whistle. It is Southampton 1. Tottenham 1. Great first half from Southampton. Especially for the first 40 minutes before Mohamed Salisu picks up a red card. But for the first 25 minutes, Southampton were fantastic. Matched Tottenham for system. And had a lot of possession and a lot of chances. And on the 25th minute mark, James Ward-Prowse latched onto a poor clearance from Dele Alli from a long throw-in in the box. Caught it so sweetly and it curled outwards to the far right corner to give Southampton the lead. And then up until the red card for Salisu, it was all Southampton still. 39th minute, Salisu picked up his second yellow card as Son was played in behind in the box, had to take him down, or Son was probably in to score. Probably shouldn't have done it as he was already on a yellow, but that's the decision he made. Conceded the penalty, conceded the red card. Off he went Salisu to ruin Hasenhüttl's plan to keep this three at the back going and matching Tottenham and probably going on to win if he'd stayed on. But now with the penalty converted by Harry Kane to make it 1-1. The game is all level, all square, and all to play for as we go into half-time. Southampton 1, Tottenham 1. Half-time scores as well. Watford 1, West Ham 2. 2 goals in 2 minutes to put West Ham in the lead. And Crystal Palace are 3-0 up at home to Norwich. Harsh first yellow for Salisu. You can say that, but he did about 5 challenges that you could say was a yellow card, but he kind of just got away with them. I think the first yellow was more just an adding up of the other fouls he'd been committed. I don't think it was just because that foul he was booked. I think it was because that foul and the 3 others before it that he'd done. I think it was just an adding up of fouls, and then he got a yellow for that, and then obviously for the penalty, a clear yellow card. Completely took out Son, and like I said, Southampton still, after the red card, they played okay, but you can see Tottenham just starting to take over now, having the extra man. Like I said, it is just very frustrating for Southampton because they were so good in that first half, with matching the system of Tottenham with a 3 at the back, Salisu being the main engineer of that on the left-hand side, getting forward from left centre-back. But we'll see how it pans out now in the second half. As I need to put my lighting on. Forgot. I always forget. But yeah, great half from Southampton. Hopefully they can keep up those levels, and maybe they could take a draw away from this game despite being down to 10 men. But we'll have to wait and see. Salisu, man, red card. So good so far. First red card in a Southampton shirt. Probably won't be his last. He seems like quite an aggressive defender in a good way. But that time he paid for it. Something up from under my desk. Yeah. Half time now between Palace and Norwich. 3-0. It looks like Norwich are going to be going down. Looks like there's no hope for them, even with a new manager, Dean Smith. Especially when it looks like Newcastle are definitely turning things around under Eddie Howe. In 19th place. Got Burnley in 18th, who've got about 4 games in hand on both Newcastle and Norwich on 11 points, so they'll move up the table. Watford, they're struggling, but they do have their moments in terms of Emmanuel Dennis getting some goals. Leeds, I can't see going down, neither Everton. Brentford could be pulled in, but it's looking like it's Norwich sitting at the bottom of the table again come the end of the season. But yeah, the second half will get underway now in about 12 minutes. 12 minutes time. Like I said, the next commentary, I think I'll try and do Manchester United versus Burnley on Thursday, so not tomorrow, Thursday. Try and do 3 commentaries in 3 days. If I don't do Manchester United versus Burnley, the next one will probably be I'm not sure, to be honest. Could be Crystal Palace, West Ham, maybe on Saturday, New Year's Day, 5:30. I'm not sure. I'll let you know. But Southampton, great performance in the first half, that's for sure. Really impressed me with the way they matched Tottenham, but that strike from Ward-Prowse is an absolute beauty. Salisu long throw-in, not dealt with well enough by Dele Alli. Latched onto the clearance, Dele Alli couldn't block it. Oh, the way he's shot through and across the ball to get the spin on it to curl it away from Lloris to the far corner. That technique is ridiculous. Golf swing celebration in full force again. Brilliant goal from James Ward-Prowse. You expect nothing less from the Southampton captain. Anthony Taylor, like I was saying before, he is getting out the cards this season, you know. Like I said, he's now given about 56 yellow cards in the Premier League. I don't know if that includes managers. I didn't quite check the stats for that. But hear this. I didn't write it down because it's nothing to do with the Premier League. But I'll just get it up now, which I found, because I've started to now research referees into their stats before games. But yeah, right. So this season, Anthony Taylor has refereed 19 matches, right? So that's Champions League, Europa League, Champions League qualifying, Premier League. This is to take away this game today. So that's 19 matches, 84 yellow cards. That's like 4.5 bookings a game. So he likes to get his cards out. But here, the main reason his card tally is so high is because in the Champions League, he's officiated 3 games, 16 yellow cards. That's 5 over 5 a game in the Champions League. And then in the qualifying, he somehow officiated the game, 2 games, 14 yellows. That's 7 a game. So he's getting his cards out a lot this season. A lot. Yeah, in the game against Shakhtar Donetsk and Monaco in the qualifying for the Champions League, gave 10 yellow cards out. It's absolutely crazy. Mental. But yeah, now that's 4 red cards now in the Premier League this season for Anthony Taylor. I don't need to commentate the games at Goodison Park. I'll be there, so just do the others. I know. Well, I don't think I'll be doing Everton anyway against Newcastle, because I've done Everton quite a few times this season already. I did them against Arsenal at home. I commentated on them against United away. I have done Newcastle twice as well recently, so it probably will be Manchester United, Burnley, and then yeah, it just depends on who's televised and when they play. Really, it's not like I choose teams because I'd rather commentate on like United or Arsenal or whoever. It's just whichever game fits the time I can do it. That's the game. If it's like Brentford, Watford, then that's the game I do. It's just the way it works. Today I did have the choice between Southampton, Spurs, Watford, West Ham, Crystal Palace, Norwich. I was either going to do obviously this one that I did, or I was going to do Watford, West Ham, but decided for this one. Soft spot for the Toffees. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is about Everton. Yeah, did them against. It's funny that because obviously I did them against United, and the whole reason I did that was because it was my first chance to commentate on Ronaldo back at United, and then he was on the bench for the game. I was absolutely fuming at that. Yeah, then did them against Arsenal on Monday Night Football. Great win for Everton, that one, 2-1. Demarai Gray, last minute winner. Absolute thunderbolt of a goal. I did Arsenal 3 times in a row. Not like because I'm an Arsenal fan, because I'm not. But it's literally just the way they fitted in. It's just that Arsenal was the most convenient team to do. So I ended up doing them three times. He's Villa at home, Leicester away, and then Everton away. Like I said, just keep up to date with the channel. Just check the Instagram, check the YouTube for when I schedule the commentaries. But yeah, I think the next one will be Thursday. I'll try. Maybe it might not happen, but I'm gonna push for it. But yeah, at least we've had goals in this game. Not as many as the other two. The other two have had 3 in each. The atmosphere was phenomenal for the Arsenal game. But that's the thing, when I watch these games and commentate, I can't have the volume on because obviously this commentator's on, and then even if I play the crowd noises anyway, even if that was an option, I get copyrighted anyway. But it just looked like, for me, I don't know, you can answer this, but from what I saw, there was obviously a planned protest. It didn't seem like it went that well, and that may have drove the atmosphere a little bit. Let's not ditch the team. Let's actually get behind the team instead and focus on the players on the pitch. But yeah, it did seem, especially when that last minute goal went in, the absolute limbs in the crowd was absolutely fantastic. That was a great win for Everton. Just kind of brought Arsenal down a little bit because they were on quite a good run then, I remember. Hold on, just give me 2 seconds. Literally, I'll be back in literally a second. Alright, hello, back again. Just found out some news, so yeah. We chanted England #1 around. I've watched some videos of Ramsdale. I watched one he did with Tubes from Sky. He does his golf channel, I think, with his brother. And Ramsdale was on it. Great watch if you want something just relaxing to watch. Ramsdale absolutely loves getting involved with the away fans or with the opposition fans in terms of the banter and all that. So, but then again, when that Demarai Gray goal would have nestled in, then he, yeah, second half. I have a picture of an empty stand actually, right? Because obviously, from the cameras, it just looked like not many left. But if there was an empty stand, then obviously quite a few people did listen. Just from the camera angles we got, it just didn't seem like many actually walked out. But I'm mistaken. Change for Tottenham. Matt Doherty's on. And it looks like Sergio Reguilon is gone off. Reguilon did have a yellow card, so maybe that's why. So Matt Doherty's going to be playing left wing back despite being right-footed. I don't think there's been any changes from Ralph Hasenhüttl despite the red card to Mohamed Salisu. So we are going to get back underway for the second half. Southampton kicking left to right, Tottenham right to left towards the away supporters. So yeah, just one change. Reguilon off, Matt Doherty on, playing left wing back. No changes for Southampton, despite the red card. It's the whole Pickford versus Ramsdale banter when Arsenal play. Yeah, definitely. I mean, they both have their strengths and weaknesses, Ramsdale and Pickford, that's for sure. So back underway, goal kick for Tottenham as Southampton go long, and it's been seen out by Ben Davies. Dyer takes it quickly and plays it forward to Winks, who has a bit of time to bring it forward for Tottenham Hotspur, and then he goes back to Eric Dyer. It's now Højbjerg. Over to Davinson Sanchez. Winks. Sanchez on the halfway line, as it looks like it will probably now be Tottenham domination on the ball with an extra man. Looks like Southampton are going to go a bit more defensive, unfortunately, after being so strong in attack. Harry Winks on the halfway line for Tottenham. Goes across to number 15, Eric Dyer. Yet to pick up a card this season, Eric Dyer. No bookings despite playing that central centre-back role. Højbjerg through to Kane. Poor touch, but he keeps it in his stride. Looks for the ball towards Emerson Royal. Cleared by Southampton. Held up by Shane Long as well. He's got Shuey Armstrong in support on the right. Has to hold it up for more support and brings in Kyle Walker-Peters. Forced back by the Tottenham press to Jan Valery. He's playing centre-back alongside Jan Bednarek, who's definitely fought at the back now. Unfortunately for Southampton with that red card. Having to abandon the three at the back. They are enjoying a little bit of possession here as they force back to Fraser Forster. 3-1 West Ham. Early goal in the second half. Jared Bowen with that one. There's still half time between Palace and Norwich. Eric Dyer now has it. Southampton concede possession. Matt Doherty playing on his weak left side. Regulon with a booking's been brought off at half time for Arsenal. Emerson Royal finds the ball down the line to Dele Alli. He will give chase against Bednarek, who has to clear out for a Southampton throw-in towards the corner flag. So Tottenham have pushed right up the pitch there against Southampton as they attack towards their away supporters. Emerson Royal, bought from Barcelona in the summer. Throws back to Davinson Sanchez. Now Dyer to Ben Davies. Looks like a goal's coming any minute now for Tottenham. You just feel like with this pressure, if they can get an early goal in the second half, definitely the message by Conte, try and get an early goal in the second half. Sanchez. Emerson Royal works across. Didn't get the power on it. Diallo heads to Adam Armstrong and Southampton can try and break, but can't even get even close to getting out their own half, and Tottenham are already back in possession. Højbjerg dinks it over to the left to Matt Doherty. Keeps it in play. The out of favour fullback at Tottenham. Works onto his right foot and gets a nice little cross in towards Dele Alli. Cleared. So as Ben Davies, who keeps it alive for Tottenham. Deflects to Son. Tries to go back to Højbjerg, but it falls to Stuart Armstrong. Counter-attack is on. Armstrong not got many players in support. He's surrounded by Tottenham shirts. Does keep it and plays it back to Ward-Prowse. Gets it out to Walker-Peters as well. Kept by Armstrong. And Southampton do keep possession, but it's going to look like it's going to be hard to get them on the counter-attack as Shane Long isn't on the same wavelength as Walker-Peters. And Tottenham are back in possession. I think they'll have to try and counter here. Southampton, and I'd bring on Armando Broja on loan from Chelsea. He's got a few goals for Southampton this year. Strong, quick, tall. I think he'd be the perfect player for this if you can last the 45 minutes. As Doherty's got it in an advanced area for Tottenham. Højbjerg, now Son. Sees a switch on towards Emerson Royal on the right. He'll get to it on the byline. Help it in. It's a lifted ball and it doesn't stay on the pitch. Goal kick for Southampton. Just under 5 minutes in to the second half. Tottenham are definitely now the team on top, which is different compared to the first half where it's Southampton really using the three at the back system to their advantage. Forster kicks it long towards Long. Kicks it long, too long. Ward-Prowse. Long again, heads it into the sky. Højbjerg heads it back to Dyer and then nods it down to Winks. Tottenham in possession in their own half. It looks like it'll be a bit of an attack versus defence. Second half where it'll be Southampton doing a lot of the defending and chasing around. Tottenham trying to break it down. Emerson Royal advancing forward. Chops in onto his left. Plays it back towards Winks. It falls to Sanchez. Caught late by Adam Armstrong. And that will be another booking. And the cards are out again, I think. Yep, yellow card, Adam Armstrong. As he's gone to tackle Emerson Royal, the ball had already gone and he caught the Brazilian late. Goal disallowed from Jared Bowen. Watford 1, West Ham 2, not 3. Yeah. As he chops in towards to go back. Yeah. Striker's challenge that from Adam Armstrong. Like I said, bought from Blackburn for about £15 million. Was at Newcastle for 12 years from 2006-2018. A few loans in the middle, never really broke into the Newcastle team. Son swings in low, helped on Eric Dyer. Easy saving them for Forster. It was a low one, deflected towards Dyer. Oh, he's offside. Bit like Ben Davies, who scored in the first half from a free kick. Swung in. Dyer was offside. You laughing at that joke is the highlight of this match. Diallo. Forced back to Forster. Kane will give chase, edge of the 18-yard box. Forster clears it up the field. Shane Long. Can't quite get it to Armstrong. I know, yeah, I don't even know why. It wasn't even that funny. I just unintentionally said Long twice, forgetting that there's a Shane Long on the pitch, if that's what you're referring to. What a play, though, Shane Long. Love Shane Long. What a player. Winks. Lifted ball over the top into Harry Kane. In the box. Finished. Kane at the double. He is back and firing like he has for so many years in the Premier League for Tottenham Hotspur. Winks struggled in the first half, but in the second he's been moving the ball sharply and he's found an unbelievable ball over the top to find Harry Kane, who's cut the Southampton defence out. I think he's just onside. That angle doesn't really show it that well, but I think he's on. Got away from Walker-Peters just inside the 18-yard box. He was able to get his shot away. Gets it around the big goalkeeper, Fraser Forster, of great stature, just on the 18-yard line. He strikes into the bottom right corner. Butte down beautifully, got it out of his feet. Lovely finish, low, hard, bottom corner. Southampton 1, Tottenham 2. And that red card has really changed the entirety of this match. There will be a delay for VAR. And Harry Kane was offside. 1-1. I thought he might have been. The angle that they give, it wasn't a straight line, so I didn't know. I didn't want to say. But yeah, offside, Harry Kane. 1-1. But I did say a few minutes ago a goal was coming, and it has come, but it was offside. Oh, that's a tight one. The shoulder's offside. I thought they were going to be a bit more lenient. That's a tight one. Harsh. Harsh for me. I think that goal should have stood. Harry Kane will be annoyed that he's not going to bag another brace in the Premier League. Stuart Armstrong collects from Shane Long's touch to the ground. Lays it off to Ward-Prowse on the edge of the box. Shoots, deflects slowly. Drops into the hands of Hugo Lloris. And he sends it away quickly to Kane. Chests it down. What a touch. Finds Son on the opposite side. 1-on-1 with Jan Valery on the edge of the box. Enters the box. Step over his left foot. Good block, Jan Valery. Had to stop the South Korean from trying to get Tottenham ahead again. More proud of a switch. You can see Southampton struggling with a man less, having to change their system again to a 4 at the back. Like I said before the West Ham game, they'd gone 6 games without a win in the Premier League. He didn't hit it long to long, I know. Long to long, man. Yeah, Harry Kane looking for his second goal. The only goal we've got today so far that's been allowed is his 170th Premier League goal. As Adam Armstrong picks it up on the left here in the final third. Shane Long tries to play it through towards Pedro. Cut out and played to Winks on the edge of the 18-yard box. Again, spending a bit too long on the ball. Needs to release it quicker. It does in the end to Eric Dyer. Forward to Højbjerg. And he can bring it away, the former Southampton player who was signed from Bayern Munich for Southampton, Højbjerg, and then moving to Tottenham, where he's forever present. There he is again, Højbjerg. He's pushing to Southampton half, plays it through towards Kane. Back to goal, holds it up against Jan Bednarek. He's allowed to turn forward, but then tackled, and it falls to Ward-Prowse, gets beyond Højbjerg, then fouled by Dele Alli, but plays continued with advantage as Southampton still have the ball. Shane Long caught on his feet by Dyer. He's now forward now to Son. Works it to Emerson Royale. Can he work across? Tries to get around Perot. Can't quite do so. kicks it out for a corner for Tottenham. Chance for Tottenham to regain the lead. Son goes short to Winks, finds Son again on the return. Can he work across? Inside, outside, cross, deflects. Corner again for Tottenham. They have scored 3 goals today, even though they haven't played that well. Ben Davies put them 1-0 up, but he was offside from a free kick, from a header. And then Kane just about 3 minutes ago offside from a ball forward from Winks. So 3 goals scored, only 1 allowed. Son again goes short to Winks. Plays it back into Son. They've done the exact same of what they just did before. Gets a low cross in. Dealt with by Bednarek. Cleared up towards the corner flag. Be another throw in for Tottenham. Winks will look to try and take it quickly if possible. But he's going to leave it for Emerson Royal. 3-1 to West Ham. They regain their 2-goal advantage. Mark Noble from the spot. Ben Davies to Matt Doherty. Getting a rare appearance in the Premier League. This is number 4 in the Premier League. 10 in all competitions. Yet to start a game in the Premier League so far. Matt Doherty was brought to Tottenham to maybe become their new right back, but it's not really worked at all. The move, unfortunately, from Wolves. He struggled since joining back in 2020 for Tottenham. This is only appearance number 39 for the 29-year-old Irishman. And here he is on the ball again, number 2. Ben Davies, left centre-back, does play there for Wales when he plays for his country. They'd get free full 90 minutes in the Euros, Ben Davies. For Wales, they did get to the round 16 before getting knocked out by Denmark, 4-0. Winks, Tottenham in this second half. How the tables have turned due to the red card from Mohamed Salisu in the first half. Just over half an hour to go, plus added on time. Højbjerg works the space now to Ben Davies on the left. Has a chance to cross. He does, and Son gets a touch. It comes off Jan Valery last. Corner for Tottenham. Højbjerg got it out to Ben Davies. Worked the cross. Wasn't really dangerous cross. Son just got ahead of Jan Valery and nicked it off the defender last to win a corner for his team. Son with an in-swinger from the Tottenham left. Gets some good height on it. Headed away. As far as Winks on the edge. Works it back to Son. Flick on his right or his left. He'll go round on his left, then onto his right again. Then plays to the edge to Winks. Puts a curling ball in. It's asking for a catch from Fraser Forster. Easily collected by the goalkeeper. Yeah, but very tight offside. That's for sure on Harry Kane. Very close. They're saying his shoulder's offside. Kyle Walker-Peters advances for Southampton against his former team. Plays it across to Armstrong, looking towards the left-hand side and gets it to Roman Perro. Armstrong driving forward into Kyle Walker-Peters on the edge of the box. Enters the box on the far right. Looks to pull it into the box. Ben Davies with the clearance up to Son, who holds it up. Plays it back to Winks. Again, too long on the ball, taking so many touches. And loses out to Ibrahima Diallo, who wins it back for Southampton. No fouls to the referee. Stuart Armstrong, left-footed strike. That definitely came off the hand of Eric Dyer with his arms out. Have to see if that was in or outside the box. Nothing given, though, by the referee. As Kane looks to get it off Lloris quickly. Can't do so. Jan Valery's in his way. And with the help of Ward-Prowse, they win it back with Walker-Peters. Jan Bednarek. Now Jan Valery. He's being forced all the way back to Fraser Forster, who's got time to clear the ball up long. Towards Shane Long. Chests it down. What a touch. Now with Ward-Prowse. It's now Walker-Peters. Great hold-up play from Shane Long. Ward-Prowse. Over to Ibrahima Diallo. Roman Perro. Works across in towards the edge of the box. Dealt with by Dyer. Pressured by Shane Long. Tackle from behind. No foul, says the referee. That's a throw-in for Southampton on the far side as Shane Long's gone down, though, with an injury. Let's have a look. Turn, shot by Armstrong with his left foot. No, off the shoulder of Dyer. No handball. He turned like that with his shoulder in and it hit there. Substitution for Tottenham. Substitution number 2, and I feel like they should have started with this man because he got a goal and 2 assists against Palace at the weekend, but Lucas Moura will replace lacklustre Dele Alli. Give away the ball for the goal, didn't clear it well enough from a long throw-in. Has not really had too much say in an attacking force for Tottenham. So Lucas Moura's on. Like I said, I think very unfortunate to get dropped for this game or just rested or whatever it is. Goal and 2 assists against Crystal Palace. Obviously scored that heroic hat-trick against Ajax back in the 2018-2019 Champions League semi-final. No Brazilian appearance for him since 2018, so he's out of favour with his national side, but that just means Tottenham get a more fresher Lucas Moura with international breaks that come and go in the Premier League. It seems like they're all the time. So, Shane Long. Was it Adam Armstrong who went down? I thought it was Shane Long. They do look very similar. It was Adam Armstrong who went down. He's back on his feet and he's okay. I'm not even sure what the injury was about, to be honest. I don't think it was an on-the-ball collision. Armstrong's are back on now. It's Tottenham trying to clear from this throw-in. Bednarek heads it forward to Diallo. He keeps it away from Harry Kane. Needs to release it if he can. Oh, great play from Diallo. Works it to Stuart Armstrong. Shot from afar. Blocked by Ben Davies. Helped away by Højbjerg. Falls to South Korean Heung-min Son. Now with Doherty. Into the 18-yard box. Is now Dyer and Tottenham are back in possession. Højbjerg on the halfway line. Not being pressed by Southampton. As they sit in their 4-4-1 system that they've had to go to due to a red card to Salisu. Doherty inside to Son. On the edge of the box, many plays back for Southampton as they have to break it down. Tottenham. Højbjerg with a lifted ball over towards Emerson Royal. Tries to knock down to Brazilian teammate Lucas Moura. Dealt with by Southampton. Perot tries to clear, but he ran out of pitch on the left-hand side. That'll be a throw for Tottenham in the Southampton half. Interestingly, though, no change, though, for Southampton. Despite the red card, they've still got the same players on the pitch than what they started with. Minus Salisu with a red card. Doherty. Getting on the ball quite a lot on this left. Obviously playing on the weaker side. He's usually a right-sided player with his strong right foot. Dyer. Over to Davinson Sanchez. They try the right-hand side. Emerson Royal. Pressed by Adam Armstrong. Has to go back to Davinson Sanchez. He pushes up into the Southampton half. Now with Ben Davies on the opposite side. Works it to Doherty. Stuart Armstrong can't stop his cross. It bends over towards Emerson Royal on the far side. Header won by Adam Armstrong. Falls to Roman Perot. Can't clear. Poor touch. Winks picks it up. Back to Davinson Sanchez. Lucas Moura the substitute. We know he's creative on the ball. Winks through to Son on the byline. Can he pull it back towards Harry Kane? Blocked by Jan Bednarek. And I think it's a goal kick. I think came off Heung-min Son last. Good ball by Winks to find Heung-min Son in behind. And as he crossed it looking for Kane, bounced off Bednarek, then back off Heung-min Son. And a goal kick's been given. Let's see if that is the right decision. Tried to chip it in towards Kane, came off Bednarek, back off Son, but I think the ball hadn't gone already. So the correct decision made by the linesman and referee. Fraser Forster with the goal kick towards the Southampton right, enters the Tottenham half. Header won by Højbjerg, straight to Son, helped on to Kane. Some more, poor touch, volleyed away by Bednarek. It's now Long. He nods it down in towards Armstrong, lost it to Dyer. Tottenham back in possession, that could have been the chance that. But I think the change has got to be made up front for Southampton if they can. Bring on Armando Broja on loan from Chelsea. He's been great this season. He's got 4 goals in the Premier League against Leeds, Burnley, Brighton and Crystal Palace in the last game. I know in the last game, in the game before, the West Ham one. Winks, cross, deflects into the sky, collected by Forster, and he drops it, and it's in! Foul on Fraser Forster, apparently. 4 times the ball has gone in the back of the net for Tottenham, and only once the goals has stood. Let's see if VAR can overrule this. Emerson Royal laid it off to Winks, first time crossing, it looped off of a deflection, he came to collect it. Yeah, it got jumped right into by Doherty. Right into the goalkeeper. Let's have a look. He caught the ball. Yeah, that's got to be a foul, hasn't it? I don't even know who it deflected off when he dropped it. In the air, clattered into by Doherty, dropped the ball. I think it came off a falling leg of Doherty, I think. And the game carries on at 1-1. Like I said, 4 times Tottenham have got the ball in the net and only once it stood. But a 4-1 scoreline would be very patronising for Tottenham. They haven't been that good today. They've been better in the second half, mainly just because Southampton have had a man less. But that's Doherty this time. Without a goal, fouls the keeper as he went for the header. As a keeper myself, I think that one was a foul. I usually do agree with not having as much protection for keepers because they are overprotected at times, but that time it's gone right into him. Højbjerg over to Sanchez would be a great point, though, for Southampton, who have already got 1 more draw than they did in the entire of last season. They've got 8 this season, only 7 in the season before. This will be draw number 9. Lucas Moura trying the integrate ball towards Harry Kane, deflects to Stuart Armstrong on the edge, heads it over towards Ward-Prowse, doesn't find him. Harry Winks finds it to Son in the box, shoots, deflects off the line of Jan Valery, but the flag was already up. Tottenham getting closer. They've definitely had the ball in the net a few times. Who did it come off? Who did that actually come off? I think it came off the leg of Doherty. Forster went for it. He got clattered into, dropped it, and then off the back of the leg of Forster. As he fell, the ball then bounced off the back of his leg and then went into the net. I don't know. People will say that's soft. But as a keeper, he's jumped right into the keeper with his back. He's not even got his body facing the goal. So it's an interesting one. People have different opinions. Shane Long's been found in behind the byline on the right. Tottenham failed to deal with it. Looks to try and get a corner, I think, there. Deflecting off Dyer, but it missed him and fell right through to Lloris. Rolled out quickly to Højbjerg. Now Winks forward to Moura. Turns Pero. Dragged down by Pero, but the referee's not giving it as a foul. And he looks to try and get, a cross away, an early one. Deflects back toward Prowse, who can only clear as far as Lucas Moura. Plays it through to Højbjerg. Enters Southampton half. Over towards Son. Gets it ahead of Valery. 1-on-1 with the Frenchman. Plays it through towards Doherty. Can he get a goal? Pokes it towards goal. Forced with the save. Came back off of Doherty. And then I think the ref originally gave a goal kick there, but I think it's a corner. Son got it. Found the overlap of Doherty. Found him on his weak foot. Had to hit it with his right foot instead. Saved by Forster. And it will be that should be a corner. Yeah, and it is. In swinger for Son incoming. Son crosses. Headed away by Ben Reckles. Finds Doherty on the edge. Completely mishits it, but then gets a second bite at the cherry. And that's probably even worse. Wide it goes. Winks has been booked as well during something, but I'm not sure what or why. Might have been something that happened previously or dissent. I'm not sure. They're probably explaining it now, but I can't hear. So if you hear what it is, why Winks has been booked, if you want to put it in the chat, that would help me massively, because I didn't see what. I don't think it was a foul in a previous attack. Oh, they're going to show it here. Oh, it was a Winks handball before when Son got in behind and shot, and it was cleared off the line by Valery. I don't think that was a yellow card. I don't think he meant to use his hand. His just hand was in the way, and it's hit it in the end. And finally, we get a striker change for Southampton. Shane Long's worked his socks off, the 34-year-old. The man who has the quickest ever goal in the Premier League in 7.9 seconds. 7.69 seconds. And I've been calling for this man. Armando Broja, on loan from Chelsea. He's a 6'3" Albanian striker. Scored 4 goals so far this season. He's been absolutely fantastic when I've seen him play. He was on loan at Vitesse last season in the Netherlands. He's been at Chelsea since 2009. Got his first loan spell in the Premier League, and I think this man could be the difference. Does lose his header to Eric Dyer, as Kane will give chase. Bednarek headed out for a throw-in for Tottenham. I want to hear you on telly one day. I hope so as well. I really hope so. And thank you for saying that. But that's the plan. That's the plan. Hopefully. Fingers crossed. Davinson Sanchez, right-hand side, advances in the Southampton half, lays it off to Winks. It's had a mixed game. Some things have been fantastic, then sometimes you're thinking, what is he doing? Eric Dyer, commanding from the back. Højbjerg out to Doherty, who's had a good second half performance after replacing Reguilon at half time. Winks, Mora, a little bit deep for the ball, about 35 yards away from goal. Brings in Davinson Sanchez, finds Emerson Royal, 18 minutes to go, plus added on time. Sanchez, Winks, having to try and block and get through this wall of red and white shirts. Lucas Moura gets the ball stuck under his feet. Southampton are allowed to clear only as far as the halfway line with Eric Dyer, who keeps it alive. Was at Sporting Lisbon from 2003 to 2014. His mum got a job in Portugal, linked with the Euros in 2004. Stayed there for quite some time. Had a loan spell at Everton's under-18s in the 11-12 season before joining Tottenham and now making his 300th appearance for Tottenham. Eric Dyer, his son's been played in on the byline, gets a pullback blocked by Jan Bednarek, which takes the sting off the cross and can be collected by Fraser Forster. So yeah, episode 300 for Eric Dyer in a Tottenham shirt. Winks picks it up in the midfield. Southampton struggling to keep it. Son. Back to goal. Plays it back to Winks. Plays the ball through to Emerson Royal. Just too much on it. Yep, Fraser Forster can see it out for a goal kick. The keeper ran into him. He had his eyes on the ball. The keeper dropped it. Yeah, I mean, I think I'm just being overprotective of the keeper. It's hard to call. I mean, I think the officiating today has been pretty poor. I think too many yellow cards given out by Anthony Taylor. The offside for Kane for his second goal, which would have made it 2-1. I don't think that was offside, or if it was by millimetres, and I think you've got to give the benefit of the doubt to the striker. As Tottenham are going to make their third and final change, Bryan Gil, the man signed in the summer from Sevilla. His signing was announced when he was away with the Spanish Olympic team. He's going to be coming on. So Spurs have used 3 of their subs, Southampton 1. And here he is, Breuer, getting the ball on the right for Southampton. He's got pace as well, storming down the right-hand side. In the box, getting the tackle off Ben Davies, and he has to kick out for a corner, well won by Armando Breuer. And the corner for Southampton. They're not going to have many chances in this game. They've had barely any in the second half due to having to defend so much with 10 men. But this is a chance for them to score, if possible. My non-league team have scored. Yes! Get in. They're playing at the same time. Come on. Got focus on this game, though. Professional. Focus on this game. That doesn't matter. Ward-Prowse, we know how good he is from set pieces. He got a goal and an assist in the last game for Southampton against West Ham. He's got a goal today. Can he get his assist as well? Whipped in. Great ball. Emerson can volley it away towards Heung-min Son. Lays it off to Højbjerg. Tries to play it through Jan Valery. The last defender covers well and clears up the pitch. Only finds Ben Davies and can take it in his stride. 15 minutes to go. The substitution for Tottenham is ready to be made. But there's an attack first. Son clips it over towards Son. Mora to Son, sorry. Tackled in on the edge of the box anyway, Son. It was Mora to Son, not Son to Son. You're not quite having the luck he did last season at this ground. Son did score 4 goals in the 5-2 win they got. Winks. Ball over the top to Doherty. He's being found in behind. And he hooks it over the bar. Still 3-1 West Ham against Watford and still 3-0 to Palace against Norwich. Jan Valery is now down. It's his first Premier League appearance of the season. I think he's been very solid. In that back three, on the right-hand side, he was solid. And in the back four, where they've had to defend this second half, and they've not conceded yet in the second half. They only conceded with the penalty that was given away by Salisu, who got the red. So Emerson Royal, the right wing back, is off for Brian Hill, the Spanish winger, so that's more of an attacking change for Tottenham as they look to try and win this game. Remember, they are unbeaten against the Premier League sides they've come up against since Conte's took charge. 4 wins, 2 draws. The only game they have lost under Conte was against NS Mura in the Europa Conference League, which they're now out of after their last game against Stade Rennais was seen as a forfeit from Tottenham, and they were given a 3-0 loss. So they're out of that. I don't think they'll give one, to be honest. I think they'd rather be out of that than be in it. So maybe a blessing in disguise for Tottenham. Goal kick from Fraser Forster, straight out of play for a Tottenham throw-in as they've got 13 minutes to get the 3 points. He'll put them on 32 points. Doherty's been played through on the left. He's been dangerous all game. Cross, back post, Moore heads down, easy catch. Fraser Forster as he drops on the ball. Time wasting has begun now from Southampton. And rightly so. They were great in the first half. They've had to adapt to a situation that was made by an individual. They defended really well in the second half. Not create too many chances, but hard to create chances when you're down to 10 men. And I think that this is a great performance from Hasenhüttl, who can take great heart from this. They have lost it though, as forced to look for Breuer up front, but couldn't win it against Davies. Here is Brian Hill, loses it to Adam Armstrong. Scuffed clearance with the left boot, only finds Dyer, who brings it forward. Sanchez, not really known for his crossing, so he leaves that for the winger. Brian Hill cuts onto his left foot, gets a great crossing. Heung-min Son straight at Fraser Forster. That's why he's been brought on though, Brian Hill, to get good crosses like that. Is a great left-footed swinging cross from the right. The number 11 seems really promising when I've seen him play. He's not really got into the team yet, only 7th appearance in the Premier League for Tottenham so far. He got 15 minutes against Crystal Palace. He did spend last season on loan at Eibar from Sevilla. But I think this guy's definitely one for the future, the 20-year-old. Dyer has it from the back, and they go again. For the umpteenth time in this half, they are attacking the Southampton defence. Ben Davies, again out to Matt Doherty. His performance definitely deserves some kind of assist or a goal. You know, he's been frozen out at Tottenham by all managers, even when he was reunited with Nuno Espirito Santo. Bear in mind, that is Tottenham's last loss in the league. His last game against Manchester United, a 3-0 home defeat. Winks after Brian Hill again. We've seen how dangerous he can be when making a cross. He tries to create another one, not as dangerous this time. Straight along the ground and into the hands of Fraser Forster as Kane asked for a bit of height on the cross. Who's sport? I've never said in my 2 and a bit years of commentating, I've never said who I've supported I do support a Premier League team and I've commentated on them before, but I never say, but I do support a National League team as well, Stockport County, who have 1-0 up against playoff rivals, so I am currently excited about that. So let's hope that stays the same. You might have seen Stockport County play on BBC against Bolton about a month ago, won 5-3. May or may not have got COVID from that game, but it was a great night. That was a month ago. It's all good now. Bednarek goes over towards Roman Perraud in the Southampton half, has to clear down the left channel with 10 minutes to go. Can't find a man in red and white, and Dyer picks it up. And again, Tottenham goes forward. You'll feel like they'll be frustrated if they don't get a winner here. Looks for Brian Hill in behind, dealt with by Perraud. Finds Breuer out front. Lack of options. Forced a tackle from Eric Dyer. Throw in for Southampton. Thrown down the line, headed won by Davinson Sanchez. Only falls as far as the goal scorer for Southampton today, Ward-Prowse. Goes all the way through towards Eric Dyer. And he has the ball in the Tottenham 18-yard box. He'll bring it forward and play it forward to Davinson Sanchez, the man signed from Ajax. And now the ball's been found to Doherty, down the line to Son. Lays it into Ben Davies, who's got forward. Who'll find a first-time cross. It's a teasing one, headed away by Benderak to the edge of the box to Højbjerg. Tries to dink it in towards Kane, gets on the right side of the box. He's offside, he shoots, saved by Forster. But Kane's offside anyway. Kane, he's got the one goal. You feel like he should have had two, as his goal in the 53rd minute was disallowed. Oh, he was actually might have actually just been on there. Kyle Walker-Peters was late to push up. He may have been onside. It didn't come to anything anyway from the Højbjerg pass as he hit it straight at Forster. See if Kane had put that in. VAR check. You never know. Nathan Redmond now comes on for Southampton as they make another change. Adam Armstrong back into the team after not being in the team as consistently as he would like in terms of starts. Started today in that front three. He worked really well, and then when having to play out wide today after the sending off, he's worked really well as well. So good performance from Adam Armstrong, signed from Blackburn for £15 million. And he gets a well-deserved rest for the last 7 minutes of this game as Redmond comes on. Bednarek clears for a throw-in for Tottenham. Up inside the Southampton half. More and more pressure is being put on the Southampton side. Thrown to Winks, centre of the pitch. Goes out to Davinson Sanchez. About 25 yards away from goal. Gets into the feet of Moore in the box. Tries to swings at air, but keeps the ball. Byline. Cross. Kane! Headed away by Kyle Walker-Peters. Falls to Ben Davies with a volley. Again, another headed block by Kyle Walker-Peters. And he stayed on the ground. That was quite the block with his head there, Kyle Walker-Peters. He flew like Superman to block that second strike. He got the header away from Kane. Really important header. And the strike on the edge of the box by Ben Davies. He's already had the ball in the net once today. Disallowed in the first half. His shot was blocked by a flying header of Kyle Walker-Peters. What a header. That's the kind of defending Southampton need. He was going wide, I think, or he might have been curling in. Hard to tell. Kyle Walker-Peters has stayed on the pitch. I mean, down on the pitch. He had to block it with his forehead right on there. It would have definitely hurt. Looking back at his goal now, Dele Alli failed to clear. Oh, what a goal that is, curling away from the keeper to that far right corner. He hit it as sweet as a nut. He scored 3 goals now against Tottenham. The previous 2 goals he scored was in a 2-1 loss and win in previous fixtures. Will that stay the same? Will he lose 2-1 or win 2-1, or will it be 1-1? As Kyle Walker-Peters has come off, and it'll be Doherty to take the throw in an advanced area for Tottenham. Throws it back to Davies. Walker-Peters is now allowed back on as they work it the opposite side to Davinson Sanchez on the Tottenham right. Winks into Hill, the Spaniard. Not got many options, so forced back to Davinson Sanchez, across to Eric Dyer. Davies. Doherty. Højbjerg. Dyer. Cross in. It's a low one. It's deflected though to the edge of the box to Højbjerg. Across he goes to Sanchez on the edge of the box. Don't think he'll hit it. He'll work it out wide right to Brian Hill. Works onto his left foot. Edge of the box, going the long way round. Tackled, but it falls to Højbjerg. He lets it run across his body and then finds Doherty out wide left in the box. Try work across. Not enough room for Tottenham to do it as of yet. But now Hill's been found on the left-hand side this time. Gone from right to left. He works across. Blocks off Kyle Walker-Peters. Throwing for Tottenham. Like I said, against his former club. Kyle Walker-Peters today. Spent 7 years at Tottenham, racking up 24 senior appearances. Did get an assist in the 5-2 loss they picked up last season at home to Tottenham. Dyer to Winks. Hill's being found back on the right-hand side. He looks to get it onto his left. He's one-on-one with Nathan Redmond. Works a deep cross in towards Matt Doherty. Helps it back in. Dyer's in there. Walker-Peters' head's hooked away by Ward-Prowse. Up towards Breuer. Doesn't win the header on Højbjerg. Sanchez. Forward to Mora. Lifts in towards Son in the box. Brings it down on the byline. Back to goal. Forced back to Hill. Then once more to Davinson Sanchez. As Tottenham stay in possession. It's a nervy end for Southampton, who have worked really hard for this point. Dyer. Mora. Edge. Shot. Saved. It's parried. Thrown for Tottenham. Goal's waiting to happen, yep. Big up to the Northwest, hey. Yeah. Yeah, big on the Northwest. Winks to Davies. Like you say, goal is waiting to happen, but can Southampton somehow hang on? Doherty chips in towards Mora. I think he's onside. Poor touch though. Redmond with a good defensive challenge, and the ball ends up in the hands of Fraser Forster. Like I said, Southampton definitely deserve this point. They've defended so hard in the second half. Yes, they've got a bit fortunate with a few disallowed goals from Tottenham, but their effort's been there. They played really well in the whole of the first half. It's just a red card from an individual that's letting them down. Doherty throws it quickly into Ben Davies. They pile an attack again. I think it'd be interesting to see how much he's added on to this game if Tottenham can't score in the 90 minutes. Brian Hill again, who's been influential since coming on, constantly getting on the ball. Inside to Winks. Sanchez. Hill just about gets away from Redmond. No, he doesn't. Redmond can bring it away on the left in the Southampton half. Looks to get it cleared down the line. Breuer will give chase. Laurie's quick off his line. Just about works it forward to Ben Davies as he was getting pressed by Breuer. Close that from Southampton as they still defending their compact 5-3 system at this point, with Breuer getting back from the attack. Cleared in the end by Southampton. Dyer, 90 seconds left of the 90. Davinson Sanchez, who's been found in advanced areas in this half, gets it forward to Brian Hill. Tries to slot a ball through towards Mora. Bounces off him. Diallo, he's been good in that midfield with Ward-Prowse, gets away from him and from Højbjerg and works it to Walker-Peters. So they try and get out their own half. Poor touch from Walker-Peters. 50-50 with Doherty. Comes off Doherty last. Throwing on the halfway for Southampton. Well won throw-in to ease the pressure. Walker-Peters throws it down the line towards Breuer. Doesn't win it on Matt Doherty. Headed inside to Davinson Sanchez. Lays behind him to Dyer. Davies turns down the line ball to Doherty. Inside against Højbjerg. And they go again. Winks. 30 seconds to go. Brian Hill. Poor touch. Allows Redmond to nick it away from him. Clears down the line. Along the ground. Recycle for Tottenham. Straight to Davinson Sanchez. They'll come again. Dyer. Mora. Back into Winks. He's been allowed time to get the cross in all the way over towards Doherty on the other side. Dyer to Davies. Agonising to watch. Winks out to Brian Hill on the right. Wanted the cross. Opted against it. Back to Winks. Into the winger again. Down the line to Winks. Cross. Bednarek intercepts. Will fall back to Winks, who keeps it in. Hill. Cross in. All the way through. And it falls to Stuart Armstrong, who can clear. Armstrong clears down the line. Header won by Ben Davies to Højbjerg. Gets it away from the challenge of Diallo. Inside to Kane. He dropped deep for the ball. He sees a switch on to Winks on the right-hand side. Dinks in the cross. Son. Collected by Forster, who drops to the ground. The ball was a good one from Winks. Came off the top of Son's head into the sky and collected by Forster. Breuer again can't win the header on Davies. But then he intercepts it off Dyer. He's in behind. In the box. Sanchez tries to cover. Breuer with the strike over the bar. What a block from the Colombian. Oh, that could have been heartbreak for Tottenham. Goal kick forward by Forster. Breuer loses the header. Davies headed it back to Dyer, who couldn't get it back to Lloris because he was pressured by Breuer, who took the ball off him. On the angle on the right. Great sliding challenge for the block from Sanchez. And that could have been a late winner for Southampton. Great defensive block from Sanchez. I'm sorry if you can hear that. You know, someone just doesn't want to shut him up. Ward-Prowse. Outswinger. All the way through to the edge of the box to Redmond. Perro. Gets a cross in. Easy catch for Lloris. Roll out quickly to Højbjerg. Could this be it? 5 minutes of added on time. I don't know if I even mentioned that. Mora. To Hill. Doherty. Over to Winks on the right again. Sanchez made an overlapping run. He's got it. Cross. Bednarek again. Clear straight back to Sanchez, though, who has another chance for a cross. Not. Oh, it's a better one. Tamora at the far post, headed to behind him. Headed away. Oh, as far as Højbjerg. Blocked. Bednarek heads. He's asking for a handball. Højbjerg. Sanchez in the box. Pulled back to the edge to Winks. Helps to cross in towards Harry Kane. Oh, off the side netting. It just looks like it's not going to be Tottenham's day for the 3 points. It's West Ham. 4-1 up now. Nikola Vlasic with the goal. "90 seconds to go of the 5 minutes added on. Courageous performance from Southampton. Frustration for Tottenham. If they keep it like this, it still will be an unbeaten start to Antonio Conte's Premier League managerial career at Tottenham. As Ward-Prowse been given man of the match, and I'll agree with that. His goal in the first half is enough for me. It was an absolute beauty of a technique finish. Breuer loses out the header to Dyer. Forced to Doherty on the left. Enters the Southampton half. Plays it inside to Son. Forward to Doherty. Works it away from Valery. Brian Hill's through on the right. Oh, he's delayed it too much. He might have been offside. The ball's got to him though. Left foot strike. Saved over the bar by Forster. Oh, and Hill was onside. Doherty should have played it to him sooner. Did get the ball to him in the end. Left-footed touch. Left-footed shot. Saved by Forster in the end. Corner to Tottenham. Son with an outswinger. This is it for Tottenham. 30 seconds to go. Son with the ball in. Headed on by Davinson Sanchez over the bar for another corner. Came off a Southampton man last. Full time between Watford and West Ham. 4-1 there for the Hammers. Son's got one final corner to save Tottenham from dropping points at Southampton. Lifted ball in. Dyer helps it on towards Mora, who misses it. It will still fall to the Brazilian on the far left. He keeps it alive with another cross in towards Dyer. Header won by Bednarek. Helped behind him by Højbjerg. And that will be it for this game. Southampton was nearly in behind there, but we'd gone way over the 5 minutes. As Hasenhüttl and Conte shake hands there. Bit of confusion there. I thought there was some beef going on the touchline because Southampton were away there where Højbjerg headed it behind him and a ball through to Breuer and he was in, but we had played over the 5 minutes, so, you know, touch and go with that. But we are over here at St Mary's. It is Southampton 1, Tottenham 1. I think he's annoyed that the play wasn't allowed to continue for one last attack for Southampton. I think he's going to go over to the referee now. Like I said, Højbjerg went for the header on the edge and he headed it behind him. I think one ball in behind for Breuer and he was in because there was no defenders left for Tottenham. But I don't know if that's what he's annoyed about. But I think The refereeing in this game by Anthony Taylor was a little bit, hit and miss anyway. The camera's definitely staying on Hasenhüttl for the minute. See when he goes over to Anthony Taylor. It's gone off him now. No, I don't think they're going to show it. But Southampton have survived with a point. Much needed. A win away at West Ham and a draw at home to Tottenham is 4 points in the matter of 2 days. Fantastic result for Southampton in terms of picking up points to get away from the relegation zone. I think they'll be okay for this season. If they want to try and progress with that 3 at the back system they worked in on the first half, I think they could go forward with that. I know they were just doing it against another 3 at the back against Tottenham, but they did really well up until Salisu's red card. Really good system. He used it really well, and they obviously got 1-0 up from it as he applauds every single side of the Southampton stadium with all fans surrounding. So Watford 1, West Ham 4. That's over. Crystal Palace 3, Norwich 0. That's over as well. I think your stream, my stream is behind the match. It will be. It'll be behind the match by a little bit, by about 20 seconds or something. I need to try and fix it. I've just not got to it yet. But yeah, my stream will be behind, definitely. But yeah, what a game that was. I've thoroughly enjoyed that. Tottenham will be very frustrated they didn't get the 3 points, but you can't get it your own way every single time. And they didn't there. Southampton defended fantastically with 10 men. You got to remember, only the penalty which they got after 10 men, they didn't concede with 10 men, which I think is quite impressive, showing that they can defend when their backs are against the ropes. So Tottenham stay 6th. A win would have put them a point above West Ham with 2 games in hand on the Hammers, so they've missed a bit of an opportunity there. Even if they win their 2 games in hand, they'll go on 36, go above Arsenal by a point. Southampton go up to 13th with 21 points. Brentford have got 2 games in hand on them, who are a point behind them, and so are Everton, who are 2 points behind them with 2 games in hand. So they could drop back to 15th, but like I said, a courageous fighting performance from Southampton have got them a point, and you will feel off the basis of that first half, if Salisu hadn't got himself sent off and Southampton had 11v11, we could have even seen a Southampton victory. But wow, what a game. Well, that is going to be the end of the live stream. That's going to be the end of the commentary. Another one done. 2 in 2 days. Like I said, apologies about the one yesterday where we had some technical difficulties where it split into 2 different streams. But didn't happen today, which is all good. I don't think it'll ever happen again, which is even better. So yeah, thank you for watching. In this game, we had Southampton matching Tottenham for formation. They got off to a much better start, and in the entire of the first half, they were much better. Got a goal on the 25th minute, a fantastic Ward-Prowse finish from a poor Dele Alli clearance, put the Saints ahead. And then 5 minutes before half-time, Salisu, who'd been putting in dangerous challenges all game and testing his luck against Anthony Taylor, brought down Son cynically in the box to give away a penalty and to pick up his second yellow. Kane dispatched from the spot, and you thought from there, 10v11, it's Tottenham's to lose in terms of getting 3 points. They got the ball in 3 other times in the game, 1 in the first half to make it 1-0, disallowed for a clear offside. Kane then disallowed in the second half to make it 2-1, that was offside, but I don't think it should have been disallowed. Very, very tight from the VAR. And then they got it in a third time, that was disallowed with it coming off Fraser Forster for an own goal after he dropped it from a challenge from Matt Doherty. Frustration for Tottenham. Proud Hasenhüttl leads his team off, knowing they've got 4 points out of 6 in the 2 games in 2 days, in 3 days. And for Southampton, they will march on as Tottenham will be scratching their heads, thinking, how did they not take the 3 points?